Hey guys, working off my iPhone again. My iPad is finally repaired, so I should be able to start doing some more editing and videos and stuff and get back to using regular cameras. But in the meantime, I'm working on my wife's Telluride. It's a 2020 Kia Telluride, and what it's doing, or not doing, it's doing, make a corner, a slow, low-speed corner, and it feels like, I keep thinking it's the right rear, but it feels like one of the rear tires is kind of binding up. If it had a limited slip differential, or more importantly, if it had a Powertrain, I would think the limited slip portion is not working. If it had a spool in it, it would be that one tire is trying to spin. This, the outside tire needs to spin faster than the inside tire to make the same corner. And I'm sorry for the jiggling this camera all around. Anyway, so I started doing some research to see what it probably would be. And I'm gonna turn the camera around here. What got shipped to me is this part. And this is the part that gets the input from the drive shaft. There's a viscous coupler inside here, and there's some electronic controls, and then this mounts to the differential. There's 4 bolts back here, 3 bolts for the drive shaft, 2 electrical plugs, one here, one on top. If you go to the dealer, this is about a $2,000 part. I got this one off of eBay, and it was a little over $600 shipped from Korea. It's got the Kia Hyundai logos here, so it appears to be new, nothing damaged. So what we're finding is the issue is that viscous coupler goes out. It's not under warranty, even on the 100,000 mile train or powertrain warranty. I can't imagine why. In reading online about it, it appears there's enough of them going out. I would almost expect it to be a recall, but that hasn't happened yet either. So anyway, we've got the car in the shop, or in the RV garage bay here, which would never hold an RV, mostly because you can't get in from that driveway, but that's a whole beside the point. So anyway, we are going to jack this car up, put it on jack stands, and try and replace that part as quickly as possible. There may be some electronics or there is a computer that runs that. I've read enough about it to know that. And it may require some programming, but I don't have a check engine light. So I think we've caught this early enough that maybe the computer can just relearn and we won't have any issues anymore. So anyway, I'm going to get it car jacked up and I'll get back to you. All right, so this is the part that needs to be changed. The new, whatever this electric motor or solenoid, whatever this is, comes on the new one. So we've got to unhook this electrical. We've got to unbolt 4 bolts, 2 there, 2 on top, another electrical plug over on the other side, and then the drive shaft. So I'm going to get the drive shaft first, then I'm going to come back, take these 4 bolts and the electrical off. That should be it. As I understand it, it's sealed between here and here, so we don't even have a fluid loss, as I understand it. So we'll see if that's right or not. But let me go get the tools for the drive shaft and for these bolts. All right, guys. So I took the 3 bolts loose here off the flange, and then the drive shaft wouldn't pull out. It has to clear this stem here. So I had to take the carrier bearing. Sorry for the shaky. I had to take the carrier bearing down. So 2 more bolts. So far, all I've used is a 14mm socket. Then I get some light in here. I loosened this bolt and the one on the other side, and up in here, let's see, up there is one and one on the other side. So took the top 2 out. This thing's loose, no liquids coming out. I disconnected the 2 plugs, and now I'm just going to loosen these 2 bolts and lift this off. All right, so that lifted right off. Took the 2 bolts out, no leaks, slides right off that keyed shaft. So we'll get the other one, slide it under here and install it. It's in. Bolts are in, wires are plugged up. Bolts in the drive shaft are in, and then I had to, like I said, I had to loosen the carrier bearing up there. Let's see, up there, 2 bolts. Again, everything was 14 millimeters, so 4 14 millimeter on the case, 3 14 millimeter on the drive shaft, and then 2 more on the carrier bearing. All went back together, 2 plugs, no fluid to deal with. This is a super easy changeover. I think I'm into it for about an hour and a half. These bolts had to be torqued to 42 to 47 foot-pounds per my service manual. It's a crappy manual, so check those numbers for yourself. What I used the same number for all of them since it was the same size bolt and threads. Make your own judgment there, but super easy. Get the car off the jack stand, and then we'll see if it drives normal. We'll run it around the block, which is about 2 miles on my block. So let's see how it works. As we're going out for the test drive, I can already tell you it's better. I just pulled out of the garage and then out of the driveway, and just those 2 left-hand turns, normally that thing would be click, 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 click. Not like a CV joint, but a much lower tone, and like you would feel it in the car, like it would judder the car, you know. I wish I would have got some video before I started it messing with it, but I just didn't make the time or whatever. Anyway, what we've got is, yeah, it's fixed, 100% better. So $650 part. I'll link the part number in the description. I found mine on eBay, and I went through a few of the different sellers just looking at what they were offering product wise and warranty and shipping and all that. And so I got it for $650-ish and free shipping, or shipping included. Came from Korea, so that made me feel better about, hey, this is probably an original part, not somebody's, you know, cleaned up and they're trying to resell me something that's crap. So I felt better about that. It shipped. The seller did send me a email requesting the VIN, and just because they wanted to verify it was the right part for the car. And you know, I was kind of like, well, just get the part shipped to me. I want to get this thing fixed. But at the same time, that really is a service. You know, I was just being impatient, and I'm the one who punched in the part number. So I was kind of like, well, this is the part I wanted. So, but they were doing me a service by trying to make sure I didn't get the wrong part, and they ship it from Korea to me. And then I go, oh no, this isn't right. Guys, 100% better. If you've ever had this problem, and as I understand, it's not uncommon with Kia. A lot of their all-wheel drive, and it is an all-wheel drive thing, because the cars are essentially front-wheel drive, and then they run a drive shaft back to that viscous coupler and that unit, and then that plugs right into the rear axle. Sorry, we keep getting sun in the screen, in the camera there. Anyway, right now, even under acceleration, it would be making a weird noise. Going around these corners, you'd feel it, and we got nothing. And I know you can't tell I'm going around a corner, but I can. So let me flip you around here. So right now, we'd be hearing it clicking and judder, and it would just be shaking the car. And the place that my wife, where I finally was like, you feel this? And she kept saying, I'm not sure, I'm not sure. You can see this little steep incline here, and it is very steep. The camera is not doing it justice. But we stop here, make this right turn, and it would just shake the crap out of the car making that turn, like that wheel was binding up. So that's it. Like I said, put a link to the one I bought in the description, put the part number in the description. So I'll put links and part numbers in the description. I will recommend that seller. I think they did a great job for me. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. I'll try and get out some more car related stuff as soon as I can. Thanks again for watching. See you.